A tiny scratch on a silver spoon reflects a pale gold beam. My phone is silent on the coaster, locked inside a quiet dream. No urgent emails pulling at my sleeves to make me rush ahead. I trace the dark with grain and watch the lazy shadows spread. The steam is rising from my mug and tangled threads of white. Everything moves slower when the room feels this light. Yesterday was heavy pushing through the crowded street. Today I let my thoughts untangle resting tired feet. There is nowhere I'm supposed to run right now. I breathe the quiet air and let my shoulders down. Golden dust hanging in the silent air. I sip my coffee while I sink into this chair. The world can't wait outside my window pane today. I watch the soft yellow light gently drift my way. No deadlines ticking, no alarms to break the peace. Just a simple morning where my restless worries cease, yeah. A tiny ring of condensation pooling underneath my glass. I watch the shadow shift, the gentle cloud formations pass. My 20s felt like running up a steep and endless flight. Now sitting here, I only want this calm and steady light. I do not need a miracle, just minutes to exist. Without a single task to cross it from a heavier list. Maybe life is mostly made of moments small as this. A quiet table, yellow light, a sudden hit of bliss. I used to think that happiness was something far away. It was hiding in this land of warmth that touches me today. Golden dust hanging in the silent air. I sip my coffee while I sink into this chair. The world can't wait outside my window pane today. I watch the soft yellow light gently drift my way. No deadlines ticking, no alarms to break the peace. Just a simple morning where my restless worries cease. The silver spoon stays sitting on the tray. I take another breath and let the quiet stay. Warm amber on the wall, nothing else to do at all. A metal shutter rattles up downstairs. A distant scooter clicks his kickstand down. You pull the blanket over both your feet, ignoring early traffic in the town. Look at the dust motes dancing in the light. You haven't sat like this in half a year. Your shoes are waiting by the narrow door, but today nobody expects you anywhere. The kettle whistles softly on the stove, steam twisting upward in a lazy line. You finally put the heavy backpack down and trade the subway for some quiet time. So leave the blinds half open for a while. Let the warm yellow pool across the floor. You spent the whole week running for the train. Now you can rest right here beside the door. No deadlines calling, nothing left to prove. Just warm glass leaning on your unmade bed. Drink your ice water slowly while it melts, and let the light clear out your heavy head. Remember when we talked about the coast, how we were always tired by 11 at night. Now 11 a.m. feels like a secret place covered in a gentle slice of morning light. The coffee shop across the narrow street is grinding roasted beans with steady sound. You watch the yellow patch crawl on your knees, safe and rooted on this hardwood ground. Forget the unread texts upon your desk. The world will keep on spinning if you pause. You spend your 20s fighting with the clock. The day we break it, silly little loss. So leave the blinds half open for a while. Let the warm yellow pool across the floor. You spent the whole week running for the train. Now you can rest right here beside the door. No deadlines calling, nothing left to prove. Just warm glass leaning on your unmade bed. Drink your ice water slowly while it melts, and let the light clear out your heavy head. The shadow shifts another inch or two. Take your time, my friend, the day is long. There is nowhere else you need to be. Right here is where you belong. Toasted hazelnut scent flows through the open apartment window. He lets the quiet room breathe while the slow steam rises. The wooden floor feels cool beneath his bare heels as 11 o'clock paints soft yellow squares against the wall. He doesn't reach for his phone on the glass tabletop. Instead he watches dust motes dance in the slanted beam. No deadlines calling his name today. No crowded subway car pushing him along. He pours the warm water into a ceramic cup, savoring how time forgets to rush for once. Golden streams melt over his shoulders, turning his quiet room into an island of gold. He leans back in the armchair without a single thought, chasing the gentle light that lingers on his sleeve. The city moves fast outside his glass balcony, but inside this sunshine he lets the hours rest. A leftover breeze carries the smell of damp linen from the porch. She turns a page of an old paper book he bought last winter. A cat sleeps near the rug, soaking up the yellow patch. He smiles at the silence that feels like a long-lost friend. There is no hurry in the way the shadows shift, only the steady warmth pressing softly on his skin. No deadlines calling his name today. No crowded subway car pushing him along. He pours the warm water into a ceramic cup, savoring how time forgets to rush for once. Golden streams melt over his shoulders, turning his quiet room into an island of gold. He leans back in the armchair without a single thought, chasing the gentle light that lingers on his sleeve. The city moves fast outside his glass balcony, but inside this sunshine he lets the hours rest. He spent so many months running through the dark, chasing tomorrow before today could finish speaking. Now the sun sits comfortably beside his cup, reminding him that breathing is enough for a Sunday. The roasted coffee aroma slowly settles down. The yellow light stretches long across the floor. He sits quietly, wrapped in the morning shine, just resting inside the warmth. A random question cuts right through the quiet. Did I leave the hallway light burning late? Then a slanting ray hits the wooden desk, painting stripes across my breakfast plate. Dust particles float like tiny golden planets, suspended in a frame of calm air. My phone screen stays dark on the nightstand, not a single urgent message sitting there. Steam rises slowly from the white ceramic mug, shadows pull back toward the closet door. Everything feels soft, cushioned in the yellow glow. I slide my bare feet down to the floor. How the warmth stays still while the world spins round, tracing pale light lines across the oak wood ground. 10 in the morning when the place to run, drowning in the quiet in the late AM sun. No rush in my chest, no heavy weight to bear, just the quiet hum of light floating in the air. Yeah. Curtains sway half an inch when the breeze nudges in, refracting off a water glass prism on my skin. Angles of the bookshelf glow in peach and amber tones. For once I feel completely safe inside my own bones. No deadline pulling at my sleeve today. The busy street below feels miles away. Traffic sounds muffled down on the boulevard, watching sunlight stretch long across the yard. Steam rises slowly from the white ceramic mug, shadows pull back toward the closet door. Everything feels soft, cushioned in the yellow glow. I slide my bare feet down to the floor. How the warmth stays still while the world spins round, tracing pale light lines across the oak wood ground. 10 in the morning when the place to run, drowning in the quiet in the late AM sun. No rush in my chest, no heavy weight to bear, just the quiet hum of light floating in the air. Usually I count the minutes, racing with the beat, chasing after things I thought would make me feel complete. But right here in this patch of amber on the rug, I find a simple comfort that I used to shrug. Time just pauses, leaning on the windowsill, letting all my chaotic thoughts lie still. Yellow beams fading toward the afternoon soon, still floating in this quiet midday tune. Light resting on my open hand, nothing else to do, nowhere else to stand, just staying still. Where do all the unread messages go after years of quiet? Maybe they settle in the corner of the smug I haven't washed since yesterday. Yeah. My thumb scrolls past news I don't care to read, while a square daylight stretches across my left ankle. Is it 10 or 11? My socks don't match. One has a stretched elastic heel, the other is gray. I wonder if my cat knows what Sunday means, or if time is just a warm spot shifting across the floorboards. Steam curls off the rim in lazy spirals. My mind drifts from rent payments to childhood dreams. Nothing is urgent when the room stays yellow like this, just floating modes of dust dancing without a stage. Caught in a slow mid-morning blur, I forget what I was supposed to worry about today. The radiator hums its low familiar song, and sunlight paints the back of my hand. No place to rush, no calls to return, just thoughts drifting sideways into the warm air. Why did I buy this green sweater last winter anyway? It sits on the chair like a sleeping folded shadow. I take a sip, lukewarm espresso on my tongue, thinking about that classmate from 6 years ago. Did he ever open that bakery in Mapo? The shadow of the potted fern moves 2 inches to the right. Time feels thick like honey left in a cold jar, except today is melted by 11 o'clock rays. Caught in a slow mid-morning blur, I forget what I was supposed to worry about today. The radiator hums its slow familiar song, and sunlight paints the back of my hand. No place to rush, no calls to return, just thoughts drifting sideways into the warm air. Maybe I'll reply to that text from Tuesday, or maybe I'll just watch the curtain edge sway. There's no score to keep, no deadline pressing my ribs, just a quiet hour, taking its time to breathe out. Unread messages, unfinished tea, yellow light on my bare toes. Still don't know where the years went, but right now it doesn't matter at all. To cheap linoleum, the heavy office chair bearing your 18-year-old spine. You were staring at a glowing monitor screen, wondering if the digital music files would ever align. You thought you were trapped in that corner bedroom, bending under the pressure of every deadline you missed. I wish I could drop a message through time to tell you that chair was an anchor, not a fist. All those endless hours hunching over unfinished beats, dreading tomorrow, running from silent city streets. You were building the foundation out of pure sweat, writing songs you haven't even finished yet. You saved me a seat right here at the top. Through every long night you wanted to stop. To the boy in the chair with the bruised up wrist, I'm living the life that you added to your list. It wasn't for nothing, the weight that you bore. I am standing on everything you worked for. I remember how the fabric scratched your shoulders, how you calculated tuition fees in the dark. You felt so small in a world growing colder, trying to ignite a tiny holographic spark. You thought nobody heard the demo tracks you rendered. You thought your youth was getting traded away, but every quiet sacrifice that you surrendered is paying off for both of us today. All those endless hours hunching over unfinished beats, dreading tomorrow, running from silent city streets. You were building a foundation out of you worked for. Take a breath, put the headphones down on the desk, unclench your jaw. Stop treating your heart like a test. The future is in the shadow, waiting to swallow you whole. That heavy sleep was just holding the shape of your soul. Stand up now, kid. You did the heavy lifting. I am sitting comfortably because of you. You saved me a seat. Since turns the pavement blue. Outside the kiosk where we both leaned in, you tapped your paper cup and looked right through the heavy fog where my bad days begin. You said you looked like someone chasing time, adjusting headphones, resting on your chest. I answered back, I'm running out of mine, just trying hard to figure out what's best. The signal hung between the concrete walls, two shadows waiting for a midnight train. You smiled and told me when ambition calls, it never lets you go despite the pain. So talk to me until the dark turns clear. We're chasing visions in this quiet space. 20-something heavy with our fear, still looking for a permanent embrace. You don't know my name, I don't know yours, but both our hearts are knocking at the doors. Amber street lamps flicker through the glass, casting warm gold shadows on your coat. You told me how you left your hometown class to build a life on every word you wrote. The fear don't leave you, whisper with a laugh. It just becomes a fuel you learn to burn. We draw our futures on a napkin draft, waiting for the city wheel to turn. The signal hums between the concrete walls, two shadows waiting for a midnight train. You smiled and told me when ambition calls, it never lets you go despite the pain. So talk to me until the dark turns clear. We're chasing visions in this quiet space. 20-something heavy with our fear, still looking for a permanent embrace. You don't know my name, I don't know yours, but both our hearts are knocking at the doors. We are meant to figure this alone, even when the platform stands so still. A stranger's wisdom on a bench of stone replaces hesitation with a thrill. Sighing fades the silver in the street. Your train arrives, you nod and step inside. Two passing dreamers finally meant to meet, leaving all the heavy doubts behind. Just two passing dreamers, leaving doubts behind. Yesterday you told me I overthink the tempo. I wrote your words down on my sleeve in blue permanent ink. Now I notice how the rain leaves tiny water bubbles on the window screen. And how your thumb leaves a smudged oval on your glass of water. A yellow sticky note sits stuck to the refrigerator door, listing 3 easy steps to fix a broken sleep schedule. We built a kingdom out of $60 headphones. We count the little signs that keep us staying conscious. Every small detail is a witness to the fire. We are running out of night, but not out of desire. This is you written down in small observations, a list of quiet things moving toward a breakthrough. Every tiny smudge on the studio glass, every unread text that we let pass, it all means we are growing closer to the dream. A half-drained energy drink rests beside a stack of notes. You wear 3 mismatched silver rings on your left hand. The fluorescent green dot on the right blinks 4 times every second. I keep a folded subway map inside my phone case, marked with stars over stations we have not visited yet. Your voice message plays in 30-second loops while I tie my shoes. This is you written down in small observations, a list of quiet things moving toward a breakthrough. Every tiny smudge on the studio glass, every unread text that we let pass, it all means we are growing closer to the dream. The synthetic bass echoes through the hallway floorboards. Your keys jingle twice when you shift your denim jacket. I record the sound of ice melting in a plastic cup, saving every detail before the future picks us up. We do not need a grand plan when we have every tiny piece. Yesterday you said we would make it somehow. I look at your worn out sneakers by the doorway. I look at my own hands holding this pencil. Small observations, line by line. We are just getting started. Fake hiding against my knuckles pulls me back to midnight sessions in a rented basement room. We had no furniture, just speaker wire and black acoustic foam that smelled of faint perfume. You dragged a needle down an old vinyl groove and swore our names would light up every screen. We didn't need a single thing to prove that 17 was where our dreams began to lean. Static hums inside my fingertips tonight. I rub the fabric where your initials faded out. We were so careless in the amber street lamplight, full of an urgency that never knew a doubt. When I press into the weave of yesterday, I hear the vocal takes we never used. All the brave promises we threw away back when our heavy hearts were never bruised. We built a future out of second-hand thread, believing every wild word we said. I close my eyes and suddenly you're there, catching the baseline, floating through the air. Chorus wool blankets draped across the backseat, driving past suburban towers in the rain. We sing until our voices lost their heat, ignorant of time and distant pain. My thumb traces the seam along my wrist, remembering the cold late night neon sign. We mapped out cities through the heavy mist, certain that tomorrow was yours and mine. Now I wear tailor coats in quiet rooms. This synthetic smooth replaces what we knew, but nothing matches how that rough cloth blooms when I recall the reckless spark in you. Ooh, we didn't make the choice, we didn't buy the hill, but touching this so fiber makes time stand still. When I press into the weave of yesterday, I hear the vocal takes we never frozen green light on the microwave display. We are eating cold noodles while the world sleeps its doubts away. I close my eyes and fast forward past the late rent and quiet tears. I see us standing on a marble floor 10 long years from here. Your hand is holding a crystal glass, no cheap coffee in sight. We bought the city with every song we wrote in the dark tonight. I can feel the smooth silk resting on my shoulder. I can hear the applause getting louder as we grow older. Every door that closed on us today will be an open gate. Just hold on to me while we rewrite our fate. When the skyline belongs to us, we will look down at these streets, remembering the broken stereo and the unpaid beats. We will sit quiet, victor from a high glass frame, and smile, make a hard times know our name. I see the future sitting right beside me now. Imagine a quiet house up in the hills where the air stays crisp and clear. A wall covered in gold leaf frames for every sacrifice made right here. No morning alarm screaming that we missed another shift at noon. Just tailored jackets, private flights, and champagne under a full moon. You will laugh about the nights we share one bowl of soup for two. And I will say I always knew it was coming true for you. I can feel the smooth silk resting on my shoulder. I can hear the applause getting louder as we grow older. Every door that closed on us today will be an open gate. Just hold on to me while we rewrite our fate. When the skyline belongs to us, we will look down at these streets, remembering the broken stereo and the unpaid beats. We will sit quiet, from a high glass frame, and smile because hard times knew our name. I see the future sitting right beside me now. We are gonna make it out somehow. They call it dreaming when you have nothing left to show. They call it crazy till the stage lights begin to glow. So let the clock run, let the bank account stay low. I already live in the place where we are gonna go. The clock ticks to 4:33. Still in this small room, just you and me. But I already feel the warm velvet breeze. We are almost there. Just wait and see. Silver paper clip bent out of shape, holds nothing down on the glass. I stare at its curve until my reflection begins to blur in the dark. The bass notes from my neighbor's floor bounce through the soles of my shoes. 24 years of collecting promises I haven't kept yet. I keep telling myself the tempo will pick up next season. My phone screen dims slowly in the corner. Another unfinished draft saved without an audience. I hear my own breathing, steady and heavy. I am the architect of a tiny silent room. I wanna build a kingdom My knuckles tap a pattern on the cold polished surface. A syncopated count that only lives inside my head. They say the future belongs to whoever speaks loudest, but I ain't translating my heart into a whisper first. The city outside my window glows like a motherboard, and I am just one circuit waiting to complete. My phone screen dims slowly in the corner, another unfinished draft saved without an audience. I hear my own breathing, steady and heavy. I am the architect of a tiny silent room. I wanna build a kingdom out of quiet nights, where every mistake turns into rhythm under my thumb. Nobody's watching the clock like I watch the clock. I am chasing something warmer than validation. I am learning how to stand inside my own light. Maybe I don't need the stadium lights right now. Maybe this tabletop is my stage tonight. I'll bend the wire, pressing it flat against the grain, forming a straight line out of something crooked. Just a silver wire flat against the glass. Still breathing, still riding, still hear the rhythm is mine. The quiet is mine. Yeah, yeah. A heavy bass rattle shakes the cracked window frame, rolling off a nightcap, cutting through the lane. You drop your sketchbook on the unmade floor, asking if we're ever gonna reach for more. Your coffee's going cold while the city breathes outside, counting down the years we tried to hide. Look at your palms, they're still holding the spark. Even when the grid goes dark, we built these visions out of broken air, and I won't let you fall while I'm standing right there. Don't fall just yet, you're closer than you know. The seeds you planted under concrete start to grow. We used to talk about the daylight while we chased the night, turning every heavy shadow into light. Keep your eyes on the horizon line. Your time is coming, and your time is mine. The distant hum of electric freight cars on the track plays like a rhythm that won't turn back. You say a 30-second demo isn't sounding right. Rewinding the chorus for the 5th time tonight. Watch you tweak the frequencies and bite your lip, refusing to let the quiet slip. Look at your palms, they're still holding the spark. Even when the grid goes dark, we built these visions out of broken air, and I won't let you fall while I'm standing right there. Don't fall just yet, you're closer than you know. The seeds you planted under concrete start to grow. We used to talk about the daylight while we chased the night, turning every heavy shadow see-through. Yeah, damp detergent and dry cedar drift through the screen, carry gently across the polished pine floor. She checks her phone once and slides it under a pillow. Choosing to ignore every notification standard. A yellow beam stretches long from the balcony frame, catching small particles floating like slow confetti. Her mug sits forgotten on a stack of magazines, while she traces patterns on her warm wool socks. No alarm rings to split the quiet in half. The city outside hums low without any rush. She leans her head back against the white sofa cushions, watching light trace a path up her bedroom door. She lives in 11 o'clock without a schedule, where bright square shadows paint the living room wall. No need to hurry, no train to catch before noon. Just warm yellow air soaking through every corner. Her quiet sanctuary feels bigger than time itself, as the world moves slow inside this golden room. His cat curls lazily right where the carpet heats up, stretching four paws into the amber pool on the floor. He turns a fresh page of the paperback novel he bought, sipping cool water while the breeze lifts the sheer drape. There is no deadline knocking on their wooden door today, only soft acoustics looping from a Bluetooth speaker. 2 cups on the tray, steam rising up in thin spirals, finding peace in the middle of a Tuesday morning. Every ticking clock sounds softer in this light. The ambient chatter from the street stays far below. They exchange a quiet nod across the low glass table, knowing that doing nothing is a necessary gift. She lives in 11 o'clock without a schedule, where bright square shadows paint the living room wall. No need to hurry, no train to catch before noon. Just warm yellow air soaking through every corner. Her quiet sanctuary feels bigger than time itself, as the world moves slow inside this golden room. Damp detergent still lingers softly on the air. The yellow light settles on the windowsill. A quiet morning, drifting with no place to go. Everything is peaceful right where they are. An uninvited reflection punctures the heavy hush of my living room. It flows in silently while the clock hand nudges past 10:32. A single beam of pale yellow strikes the corner of the audio deck, illuminating floating specks that dance without a care or regret. The bass speaker sits silent, catching warmth along its matte black rim. Outside a city bus rolls by, but in here the light is soft and dim. The steam from a ceramic mug rises up in a translucent coil, a gentle truce between the morning hours and daily toil. Look at the shadow stretching wide across the faded rug, every slow detail held in a silent golden hug. No need to rush out through the frame of the front door. The morning takes its time upon the floor, tracing shadows cross wood as the daylight leans right in. A quiet frame of amber where a new piece can begin. No loud alarms to break the atmosphere. We keep just bright geometry while the rest of the neighborhood sleeps. We watch the golden slant paint every single wall, catching the stillness before the afternoon calls. The breeze pushes the thin curtain just an inch to the left, exposing the square of sunlight where the cat usually rests. A discarded magazine lies open to a page about design, glowing beneath a ray that cuts through in a perfect diagonal line. I shift my posture, feeling the heat sink deep into my worn sweater, thinking how simple moments like this make everything feel better. The digital screen on the desk rests in dark standby mode, while outside the window traffic hums along the main. Let the shadows stretch wide across the faded rug, Every slow detail held in a silent golden hug. No need to rush out through the frame of the front door. The morning takes its time upon the floor, tracing shadows across wood as the daylight leans right in. A quiet frame of amber where a new piece can begin. No loud alarms to break the atmosphere. We keep just bright geometry while the rest of the neighborhood sleeps. We watch the golden slant paint every single wall, catching the stillness before the afternoon calls. Lens flare sweeps across the tabletop in a soft red hue, capturing a paused universe where time is fresh and new. A camera pan across the shelf, past dusty vinyl sleeves. Nothing moves except the light filtering through maple leaves. Hold the shot right here, let the scene just linger on. A cinematic pause before the quiet hours are gone. The golden square moves slowly to the edge of the chair. Stillness hangs calm in the warm morning air. A silent room, just light and shadow. Where does the residual warmth go when the screen dies? Maybe it just melts into my palm like unread notices. I was thinking about 24 and how my mother had a mortgage by now. Or maybe she was just guessing too. Standing in a hallway made of plaster and noise. My thumb keeps scrolling past people buying houses in virtual districts. Is that what building a future looks like? When the dirt costs more than a life. The fiber optic cable under the floorboards hums at 60 hertz. I can feel it through my soul. A quiet reminder that everything is powered by something I can't touch. My thoughts are tangled cords in a drawer I refuse to clean. 1 second I'm aiming for the moon, next second I'm watching ice dissolving. Lukewarm tea. Is this ambition or just a fast heart rate? Is this a calling or blue light headache? I'm trying to hold a horizon that shifts every time I blink. 20-something static floating in the kitchen sink. We build castles out of tabs we'll never open again. Chasing a vision of who we were supposed to be back then. Dreaming in high definition while the battery drains down to 5. Ooh, just trying to figure out what it actually feels like to be alive. The air freshener tastes like artificial vanilla and dust. I wrote a song at 3 in the morning that I'll probably hate by noon. What if the genius I felt was just caffeine bleeding through my veins? My friend called to say he quit his job to stream full-time from a basement in Seoul. He sounded terrified and happier than I've heard him in 6 months. Maybe courage is just being too tired to calculate the risk. Look at my hands, the knuckles dry from cheap hands. So wondering if they'll ever shape anything that outlasts my rent agreement. My thoughts are tangled cords in a drawer I refuse to clean. 1 second I'm aiming for the moon, next second I'm watching ice dissolving. Lukewarm tea. Is this ambition or just a fast heart rate? Ooh, is this a calling or blue light headache? I'm trying to hold the horizon that shifts every time I blink. 20-something static floating in the kitchen sink. We build castles out of tabs we'll never open again. Chasing a vision of who we were supposed to be back then. Dreaming in high definition while the battery drains down to 5. Ooh, just trying to figure out what it actually feels like to to be alive. Wait, did I forget to lock the door? No, it's locked, but my head keeps spinning on the floor. We want purpose, we want quiet, we want 10,000 people to know our names. We want safety, we want wildfire, we want nobody else to play our games. It's contradictory, floating through a modern haze. Spent 3 hours editing a video of my younger days. Was I happier then, or just too blind to see the ceiling? Maybe the doubt itself is the only honest feeling. Where does the residual warmth go? It just sinks into the sofa cushion. A low beat plays somewhere down the street. The bass rattles my teeth, just enough to make me ground my feet. Oh, I'll leave the tabs open, I'll keep the light low. Still guessing, still breathing. Four solid legs press hard down into carpet that remembers every storm. I sit back in this leather desk chair where your frantic middle of the night dreams were born. You used to bite your nails until they bled, staring at a blank screen on the desk, terrified that youth was moving fast ahead, leaving you behind to fix the rest. If I could bridge the modern frequency and send a memo back through time, I would tell you every silent late night was building up to something fine. Dear younger self, stop counting all your flaws. The quiet work was never lost. You thought you were breaking under pressure. Now I am standing on the other side of cause. Keep breathing through the empty spaces. The future isn't far away. You made it to the light today. This high back frame bears 30 pounds of grace that you didn't know you possessed back then. Remember missing beats inside your chest when the reject letter stained your pen. You thought the world was closing every door, while I sit here in the modern studio light, knowing every tear you dropped before was teaching you to step into the night. Dear younger self, stop counting all your flaws. The quiet word was never lost. You thought you were breaking under pressure. Now I am standing on the other side of cause. Keep breathing through the empty spaces. The future isn't far away. You made it to the light today. I know your hands were cold at 2 a.m. praying for a break that felt so distant. You didn't need to save the whole wide world, just needed to stay brave and persistent. Look at where we sit right now. You earned this crown somehow. 4 solid legs, a steady seat. You pull me through to where we meet. No more running from the dark. You left your mark. Dear younger self, you did alright. Saturated violet fills a glass booth. casting a cool shade over your shoulder. You ask me if I think we ever outgrow the fear of ending up right where we started. I shift on the bench, pulling my jacket close, watching your reflection blend into mine. You say you left a hometown 3 hours back, chasing a vision that still has no name. Two quiet strangers sharing a midnight stop, trading the heavy hopes before the bus rolls in. You lean against the frame and tell me youth is just a temporary room. We built whole worlds out of conversation, aiming for something past the highway lines. If the future is a shadow we keep chasing, maybe tonight we don't have to run alone. You don't know my name, I don't know your story, but we both believe there's a light on the other side. The lamp above us flickers a pale magenta, staining the concrete floor in soft red hues. You ask if I'm afraid of losing my focus, I tell you I'm afraid of playing it safe. You laugh a small warm sound against the cold, saying dreams cost more than anyone tells you. We check our wrist displays as the clock ticks past, counting the minutes until our paths divide. We built whole worlds out of conversation, aiming for something past the highway lines. If the future is a shadow we keep chasing, maybe tonight we don't have to run alone. You don't know my name, I don't know your story, but we both believe there's a light on the other side. You pull out a notebook filled with scribbled dates, showing me a map of where you wanna stand. I tell you my secrets, the songs I haven't sung, and for 20 minutes the weight feels alive. No promises made, no numbers exchanged, just two young dreamers holding space in transit. Headlights cut through the lavender haze, your buzz pulls up doors opening wide. You tell me to keep going and nod and smile. Two strangers leaving early in the dark. You told me yesterday my hands are always moving, reaching for something just out of frame. Now I look down at this cracked commuter screen, a list of subway stops beneath my name. The neon sign outside the corner store flicks twice, a half-eaten bagel on a paper plate, straight threads pulling from my gray hoodie sleeve, a notification saying I am late. These tiny details scattered across the floor, proof that we are living wanting more. I count the static in the quiet space, matching every detail to your face. We build our futures out of small remarks, cold drip coffee, sun You said yesterday I am running far too fast, but these quiet observations make it last. A scratch transit card, a 30% charge, living in a world that feels so large. A condensation ring upon the windowsill, your leftover sweater hanging on the chair, the muted green LED on the charging pad, the scent of rain and cheap shampoo in the air, 2 copper pennies resting on a metro ledge, a song playing soft in my left ear bud. We talk about the years coming down the line while the sneakers are caked in late spring mud. We build our futures out of small remarks, cold drip coffee, sudden rooftop sparks. You said yesterday I am running far too fast, but these quiet observations make it last. A scratch transit card, a 30% charge, living in a world that feels so large. You remembered how I take my tea at night. I remembered how you hate the halogen light. All these little pieces that we collect each day, mapping out a path so we do not lose our way. Youth isn't a speech or a grand design, it is your whisper yesterday, crossing into mine. You told me yesterday, my hands are always moving, still reaching. A 30% charge, a song in my ear. We are right here. Course of flannel weave drags across my thumb, pulling me straight back to 23. I touch the faded cuff of this second-hand jacket, and suddenly the current room fades away. We were sitting on an unheated rooftop, shivering inside synthetic wool blends. Your fingers were stiff from playing keys in the chilly midnight mist. That rough weave kept the wind off our backs, while we plotted our entire future on a borrowed pad. One touch of this fabric brings the baseline back. The smell of cheap rain and old threads reactivate the track. We had 0 guarantees, just a pocket full of rough drafts and reckless nerve. We were chasing the skyline that didn't know our names yet, stitching every dream into the seams of a cold November night. If I close my eyes, I still feel the rough edge of who we used to be. Young enough to believe we could turn static into symphony, holding on to the fabric of where we started. Heavy corduroy collar stiff against my neck, bringing back the late night bus rides home. You were humming a hook into a cracked touch screen, glowing bright in the dark back row. We talked about making music that felt like velvet, while wearing clothes that felt like sandpaper. Hungry for a breakthrough, treating every rejection like a minor delay. I traced the frayed hem and remember how much we risked just to be heard. One touch of this fabric brings the baseline back. The smell of cheap rain and old threads reactivate the track. We had 0 guarantees, just a pocket full of rough drafts and reckless nerve. We were chasing a skyline that didn't know our name. 찾아 yeah. 03:15 flashes on the glass as I project a decade moving fast. I see a penthouse suite in 3038, panoramic glass above the city gate. We are standing in the center of a crowded room, wearing clothes that fit without the budget gloom. No more calculating bus fares on an empty stomach, no more looking at the skyline wondering if we'll touch it. I see your smile without the shadow of the unpaid bills, standing on the summit of our youth-spent hills. All the midnight dreams we missed to stay awake and talk, all the blueprints drawn in chalk along the river walk. They weren't delusional or foolish in the dark, they were quiet promises waiting for a spark. Look at us standing at 34, holding heavy keys to every locked floor, every bitter shift and every cold defeat turn to silk and velvet on a quiet street. We swore the fire in our chest would never freeze, now we're breathing easy at 10,000 feet. I see the future clearly, sharp and defined, the exact tomorrow that we sign. 03:16 now, the projection fades away, back inside the studio where rental notice to stay. My hands are cold tonight, but my focus is severe, carving out an empire from the silent sea. Sleeping on the floor mat, wrapped in frayed wool, while I build the momentum till the glass is full. 10 years from now your laughter won't be laced with strain, just a smooth resonance of overcoming pain. All the midnight trains we missed to stay awake and talk, all the blueprints drawn in chalk along the river walk. They weren't delusional or foolish in the dark, they were quiet promises waiting for a spark. Look at us standing at 34, holding heavy keys to every locked floor, every bitter shift and every cold defeat turn to silk and velvet on a quiet street. We swore the fire in our chest would never freeze, now we're breathing easy at 10,000 feet. I see the future clearly, sharp and defined, the exact tomorrow that we sign. People say that youth is wasted, chasing distant stars, but we are riding power from our daily scars. I don't need a horoscope to tell me where we land, I just look across this room and see the master plan. We'll hold on to the hunger that brought us through the night, even when the silver spotlight shine too bright. Look at us standing at 34, holding heavy keys to every locked floor, every bitter shift and every cold defeat turn to silk and velvet on a quiet street. We swore the fire in our chest would never freeze, now we're breathing easy at 10,000 feet. I see the future clearly, sharp and defined, the exact tomorrow that we signed. 03:17 glows on the ledge, we are standing on the very edge. Close your eyes and let the present rest, we already own what comes next. Yeah. An amber glass marble catches light, right at the edge of my desk tonight. It rolls 2 inches, then stops completely, while I evaluate my future deeply. 23 years in this quiet room, chasing a pulse that ought to bloom. Everyone says I am built for more, so why does my spirit stay on the floor? I keep back with a steady stare, demanding the answers I left somewhere. I am running on late night ambition, trying to build what my heart envisions. If the future is ours to claim right now, I will make every shadow bow. Standing alone in this silent space, learning to trust my own moving pace. A glowing screen paints my fingers blue, showing the maps that I need to pursue. My friends are all sleeping in distant towns, settling into their safe surroundings. I fold my hopes like a paper crane, tucking away all the fear and pain. Every mistake is a mark I made to prove that my colors will never fade. In time and digital ticks, hoping this fire does not fade too quick. My reflection looks back with a steady stare, demanding the answers I left somewhere. I am running on late night ambition, trying to build what my heart envisions. If the future is ours to claim right now, I will make every shadow bow. Standing alone in this silent space, learning to trust my own moving pace. Maybe the pressure is part of the growth, taking a chance on my sacred oath. No turning back to the starting line. I take the risk and I make it mine. I am running on late night ambition, trying to build what my heart envisions. If the future is ours to claim right now, I will make every shadow bow. Standing alone in this silent space, learning to trust my own moving pace. Amber marble rests still and deep, keeping the promises I mean to keep. I hold my breath and I take the step into the light that I haven't met. Yeah. A hollow skateboard wheel echoes off brick outside your third floor window. You sit on the edge of the mattress, staring down at your phone screen glue. All those pitch decks and audio files you never sent out last spring. You keep telling me you're waiting for the right moment to start everything. I see the fire in your eyes when you talk about the life you want. So I let the quiet in this small bedroom become a place to haunt. The city is moving, but you don't have to race it alone. Every sleepless hour is just seeds you haven't grown. I know you think you missed your window of grace, but look at how far you've carried us into this space. Stepping up to your ambition isn't a losing fight. You built a whole world in the dark, now let it see the light. I won't let you call your talent a wasted page, when you were made to stand right in the center of the stage. Take the leap tonight, my friend, you're ready for the tide. Remember that night at the rooftop diner when we shared one coat? You drew a map of our future on the back of a damn note. You said we built something real before the decade turned gray. Now you're pulling back the curtains like you're scared of the day. Your voice has too much power to be whispered in the hall. If you're going to stumble, I'll be right here for the fall. The city is moving, but you don't have to Listen to that skateboard rolling down the street below. It's just another heartbeat telling us it's time to go. Pack up your doubts, leave them on the floor. You're stepping through the door. You're stepping through the door. You're stepping through the door. Crisp eucalyptus vapor hangs around her workspace as Maya aligns the render on the glowing grid. Across the atrium, Julian taps his sleek interface, mixing heavy, low, and bass for a world they haven't built yet. They live inside this synthetic midnight studio where automated synth loops keep the winter shadows soft. Her steady fingers trace the glowing neon line. His wireless headphones leak a rhythm tight and fine. Neither young dreamer knows if the grand city will care, but quiet persistence fills the cool midnight air. They are chasing something far bigger than the rent, living on the silver promises days they haven't spent, with reflected glass beneath their boots and visions in their eyes. They map the outline of tomorrow under urban sky. Young hearts breathing through the quiet digital noise, turn their hidden hunger to a golden voice. The sharp smell of dark espresso drifts between their desks, a bitter reminder of the morning push. Julian weaves ambient audio while Maya shapes the light. Two quiet artists bound by the same unspoken drive. Nobody promised them the steep climb would feel easy, trading simple comfort for the future they design. Her steady fingers trace the glowing neon line. His wireless headphones leak a rhythm tight and fine. Neither young dreamer knows if the grand city will care, but quiet persistence fills the cool midnight air. They are chasing something far bigger than the rent, living on the silver promises days they haven't spent, with reflected glass beneath their boots and visions in their eyes. They map the outline of tomorrow under urban skies. Young hearts breathing through the quiet digital noise, turn their hidden hunger to a golden voice. 5 years from now their names might light up downtown towers, or these unreleased projects might rest in forgotten folders. Still Maya grins as the complex render finally locks, and Julian nods along to the warm kick drum pulse. Believing in the unseen is not a foolish crime, it is the only compass worth carrying through time. They are chasing something far bigger than the rent, living on the silver promises days they haven't spent, with reflected glass beneath their boots and visions in their eyes. They map the outline of tomorrow under urban skies. Young hearts breathing through the quiet digital noise, turn their hidden hunger to a golden voice. Ambient glow fades down to soft cerulean. Maya exports the file to the shared cloud server. Julian slowly dims the final audio track. Two creators stepping together into the first light. stillness breaks when I remember who I swore I'd be before December. Dust motes float inside the dim projection, shadows moving in a slow direction. You were sitting on the windowsill, holding up a film roll, standing still. Streetlights lens flare through the foggy glass, counting down the seconds as they pass. We spent 3 long years sketching out the scene, trapped inside a space of what might have been. Now the aperture opens up tonight, drowning all our doubts in aperture light. Play the wide shot of our young ambition, rewrite every line of our condition. Standing in the center of the frame, whispering a dream without a name. If the camera pans across the street, this is where the future and the present meet. Yeah, static quiet splits in half right now. Answers coming in without a how. Reflections on the damn pavement glow, silhouettes that move in tempo slow. You point the lens toward the rising tower, capturing the quiet before the hour. 2 cups of cold coffee on the curb, not a single sound here to disturb. Ooh, we spent 3 long years sketching out the scene, trapped inside a space of what might have been. Now the aperture opens up tonight, drowning all our doubts in aperture light. Play the wide shot of our young ambition, rewrite every line of our condition. Standing in the center of the frame, whispering a dream without a name. If the camera pans across the street, this is where the future and the present meet. Zooming in on our knuckles tied with ink, closer to the edge than people think. No scripted ending written in the book, just the courage that it really took. Freeze this moment while the light is bright. We are glowing in the city night. Focus sharp lens on the road ahead, leaving behind all the words unsaid. Roll the tape, let the scene unfold. Story made of silver and gold, just static in the frame. Fading clear, we are finally here. Oh yeah. Who decided 24 was the threshold for knowing who I am? The digital display on the water heater blinks 3 times and stops. I count my breath in 8 beats, matching the baseline, bleeding through the drywall from Unit 4B. Maybe ambition is just a chemical imbalance we rebranded as purpose. My thumb scrolls past another pitch deck while the cold coffee settles at the bottom of the ceramic cup. I was supposed to be further along, but the metric keeps shifting every time I reach the marker. Thoughts colliding like fiber optic threads in the dark, tracing patterns I never asked to see. Are we running towards something, or just afraid to stop moving? And my youth feels like an open tab I forgot to close, consuming battery while I stare at the ceiling, chasing a high definition future nobody really knows, trying to translate this heavy, beautiful feeling. If the dream doesn't sleep, why should I? We're just breathing in the glow of an unresolved sky. haptic feedback on my wrist reminds me I stood still for too long. I remember holding the mic was in the 9th grade, thinking I'd unlock the world by 22. Now I buy synthetic silk sheets to pretend I'm resting, but my mind is writing code I can't execute. Rain strikes the double pane glass in irregular meters. Did you know the heart beats about 3 billion times before it tires out? I wonder how many of mine I spend worrying about people who don't remember my surname. Synapses firing without a target in sight, bouncing off the soundproof foam. My wall, is this momentum, or am I just tumbling down? My youth feels like an open tab I forgot to close, consuming battery while I stare at the ceiling. Chasing the high definition future nobody really knows, trying to translate this heavy, beautiful feeling. If the dream doesn't sleep, why should I? We're just breathing in the glow of an unresolved sky. Maybe the destination is just a myth invented by people who got tired of walking. I hold my palm against the cool acrylic window frame. The bass drops below 40 hertz, shaking the dust off my old journal. I don't need a final answer tonight, I just need to know the hunger isn't a glitch. Who decided 24 was the threshold? The display blinks again. 1 beat, 2 beats, 8 beats. Unresolved sky, still breathing, still asking. For a solid wooden leg, sink deep into the rock, anchor in this quiet corner where I finally breathe. I am writing to you from a Tuesday at 11, sitting in a spot where time does not make me bleed. Remember how you used to count every second like a debt, running up the subway stairs with coffee on your sleeve, scared that if you stopped to look around for just a minute, the world would leave you standing in the dark with no relief. Look at the yellow beam crossing over my lap, there is no emergency written on this map. The world didn't collapse because you paused for a breath. You do not have to drive yourself to early death. Dear 19, you can drop your heavy coat now. The race you were running was never a real test. The light is laying gentle on the kitchen table, and nobody is keeping score of who was best. It is fine to sit still while the shadows move slow. I wish I could send you what I finally know. I remember your panic in the middle of the night, checking every message before your eyes could clear, thinking every single tiny mistake was a disaster, building up an empire out of useless fear. But this frame holds my weight without making a sound. The dust motes are drifting through a slant of honey gold. You made it through the winter you were sure would break you, and the future is not nearly as terrifying or cold. With the yellow beam crossing over my lap, there is no emergency written on this map. The world didn't collapse because you paused for a breath. You do not have to drive yourself to early death. Dear 19, you can drop your heavy coat now. The race you were running was never a real test. The light is laying gentle on the kitchen table, and nobody's keeping score of who was best. It is fine to sit still while the shadows move slow. I wish I could send you what I finally know. Put down the heavy schedule, unbind your tight chest. The pavement isn't asking for your absolute best. This quiet late morning is a gift you have earned from all of the hard lessons you already learned. You don't need to hurry to become who I am. Just let the warmth settle on the back of your hand. The seat stays steady under my relaxed frame. Nobody is shouting out your anxious for my name. Rest now, kid. The warm light stays right here. Yesterday you held my quiet. Hopes always start with a deep breath. A thumbprint smudge on the glass tablet screen. Afraid when you're swinging by the door. The way you call sensation. Ring on a wooden board, the flicker of an orange LED band, a half-empty bottle of magnesium pills. Your knuckles dry from the winter air. You said yesterday that dreams are made of dust, so I am gathering every speck right here. These tiny pieces gathered in the corner, building something bigger than we know. We sit on the rug with our knees bent close, watching the battery indicator glow. Youth is just a habit of collecting little things, a list of small observations staying in our minds. A scratch on your sneaker, a draft in the room, the late night signal that we never can define. We keep tracing the outline of tomorrow, one tiny detail at a time. Sound of the fridge humming low in the dark, a band key turning in a stubborn lock. Your laughter catching on a quiet word, the steady ticking of a forgotten clock. Nothing is grand when it starts out real. It's just the way these moments feel. Youth is just a habit of collecting little things, a list of small observations staying in our minds. A scratch on your sneaker, a draft in the room, the late night signal that we never can define. We keep tracing the outline of tomorrow, one tiny detail at a time. Yesterday you said I noticed too much, a loose thread pulling from a cotton seam. We are building our future out of small things, one detail at a time. Just one detail at a time. Ribbon cotton sleeve catches my thumb as I pull this jacket off the rack. The heavy weave carries a seam that used to fray against your wrist. Suddenly the room drops 10 degrees and I am standing in your space again. 19 years old, watching digital projected maps across the ceiling. We had no budget for the future, so we drew it on the plaster. Your voice echoes off the vintage audio gear, telling me we would be masters of this decade. The tactile grain under my fingers brings it all back clear. Every promise made before we learn how hard it gets to stay. We were chasing light on a half-lit street, holding wild ambition in our open hands. Before the world put a price on every dream we kept, we were infinite, breathing in the quiet air. I can feel the fire coming back in waves, woven in the threads of who we used to be. Rough wool collar up in my neck takes me to that late midnight train. You held a notebook full of frequency graphs and unreleased songs. We swore the baseline of our youth would never fade out quiet, even if the algorithms try to smooth our edges down. I touch the freight cuff and hear your laughter ring through the dark car. Time moves fast through these optical cables, but some textures never wash out in the rinse. I was losing sight of why I started this climb, until this fabric pulled me back to our beginning. We were chasing light on a half-lit street, holding wild ambition in our open hands. Before the world put a price on every chasing that same light. I lie back with headphones, listening to the midnight rain fall. I close my eyes and suddenly I'm 10 years down the road, walking through a high-rise hall, carrying a lot of load. We got a floor-to-ceiling glass view over Tokyo. No more counting quarters at the bodega down below. You are pouring pour-over coffee in a silk shirt made of gold, looking at the world we built before our youth got old. We spent our 20s chasing phantom ghosts in studio lights, eating takeout on the carpet through the sleepless nights. Now I can picture how it feels when the struggle finally clears, and every quiet doubt we had dissolves into cheers. I see us standing on the terrace of that future home, no longer wondering if we will make it through the storm alone. We got our names printed clean on the vinyl sleeve. Everything we whispered in the dark, we made the world believe. This is the life we are designing right now. We are gonna get there somehow. I imagine there's a 32 late night radio play, driving down the coast highway in a silver electric coupe. You play a demo off your phone and laugh because you know it is the same melody we wrote 3,000 days ago, when we had $50 left in a broken guitar amp, studying acoustic phone beneath the desk side lamp. Now the crowd sings every word back to us in the dark, every single tiny flame turned into a park. Songs chasing phantom ghosts in studio lights, eating takeout on the carpet through the sleepless nights. Now I can picture how it feels when the struggle finally clears, and every quiet doubt we had dissolves into cheers. I see us standing on the terrace of the future home, no longer wondering if we will make it through the storm alone. We got our names printed clean on the vinyl sleeve. Everything we whispered in the dark, we made the world believe. This is the life we are designing right now. We are gonna get there somehow. They said youth is just a candle burning at both ends, a temporary fever that you trade away for friends. But I am keeping every spark, every late night draft. Oh, we are gonna build a fortress out of all the times they laughed. I can taste the champagne, I can hear the applause, living out our destiny without a single pause. I see us standing on the terrace of that future home, no longer wondering if we will make it through the storm alone. We got our names printed clean on the vinyl sleeve. Everything we whispered in the dark, we made the world believe. This is the life we are designing right now. We are gonna get there somehow. The clock ticks on, still working in the quiet hours, right before the dawn. I open my eyes, back in this tiny room, knowing one day soon we will see the flowers bloom. We will see the flowers bloom, right where we stand. Burnt cardamom drips through the corridor, where she rewires her audio gear at 3. She sold her winter jacket for a synth patch, determined to carve out her own legacy. Her studio apartment smells of sweetened brew and warm soda cooling on the floor. Every night she sacrifices comfort to unlock what lies behind that closed door. Her friends are posting photos from the coastline, settling into steady corporate pay. She keeps her eyes fixed on the frequency graph, refusing to drift or walk away. She paints beyond the borderline tonight, chasing a melody no one else can hear. Her youth is not a fading flash of light, it is the promise rising strong and clear through quiet struggle and sleepless hours. She builds her world with steady hands. She paints beyond the borderline tonight, the future unfolding right where she stands. Toasted sesame and ozone filled the stairwell as she steps outside to breathe the autumn cold. Her notebook holds 1,000 raw ideas, waiting for the story to be told. Her brother sent a message saying, hang in there. Her landlord left a reminder on the glass. She doesn't care if the road is steep and narrow. She knows her patient season comes at last. Her friends are posting photos from the coastline, settling into steady corporate pay. She keeps her eyes fixed on the frequency graph, refusing to drift or walk away. She paints beyond the borderline tonight, chasing the melody no one else can hear. Her youth is not a fading flash of light, it is the promise rising strong and clear through quiet struggle and sleepless hours. She builds her world with steady hands. She paints beyond the borderline tonight, the future unfolding right where she stands. A doubt whispers soft in the dark space between tracks, asking if the sacrifices pay off in the end. She adjusts the slide, strikes a resonant chord, and finds an answer in the beat that starts to blend. This isn't foolishness, it's her honest heart, crafting something real before the daylight starts. She paints beyond the borderline tonight, chasing the melody no one else can hear. Her youth is not a fading flash of light, it is the promise rising strong and clear through quiet struggle and sleepless hours. She builds her world with steady hands. She paints beyond the borderline tonight, the future unfolding right where she stands. The scent of fresh brew lingers on her sleeve. The bass line hums a gentle, steady groove. She closes her eyes and finally lets it breathe. She knows exactly how her life will move. Why does the silence feel heavier when the ambition grows? My mind is floating through flickering LED hallways, thinking about the rent, thinking about the future. I promised myself, digital clock ticking backwards or forward. Who can even tell? I taste cold mint tea on my tongue while my pulse races. Every thought bleeding into another, like me on wet asphalt. Am I moving fast enough, or just drifting in place? The city hums low at 4 in the morning. I lose track of where my breathing ends and the room begins. 1,000 possibilities hovering in the dark, none of them giving me straight answer tonight. I keep chasing this projection of who I ought to be, a blurry portrait made of sleepless night shifts and unfiltered dreams. If the future is a highway, why am I standing on the shoulder? Youth is leaking through my fingers while the air grows colder. Just trying to find a rhythm inside all this noise, a quiet truth floating somewhere beyond the frame. Shadows bend across the ceiling like liquid mercury, remembering 17, how simple the horizon used to look. Now every step feels loaded with 100 different outcomes. Maybe I should call someone, maybe I should just keep writing. My knuckles are tense against the soft, cool pillowcase. Doubt feels like a phantom frequency playing in the background. Will the hunger stay this sharp when the validation arrives? The city hums low at 4 in the morning. I lose track of where my breathing ends and the room begins. 1,000 possibilities hovering in the dark, none of them giving me a straight answer tonight. I keep chasing this projection of who I ought to be, a blurry portrait made of sleepless night shifts and unfiltered dreams. If the future is a highway, why am I standing on the shoulder? Youth is leaking through my fingers while the air grows colder. Just trying to find the rhythm inside all this noise, a quiet truth floating somewhere beyond the frame. No clear destination, just the momentum in my chest. Thoughts looping, overlapping, shifting from fear to fire. What if asking the question is the only way to stay alive? What if the missing answers are just room to breathe? I let the stillness take me over for a second, counting my heartbeat until it matches the baseline. Still no answers in the room, just a pulse, just a drift, 20-something and wide awake, searching for the light behind the static, searching for the light. Heavy swivel steel sinks deep into the rug while I write to you tonight. You were 18, sitting in that exact same frame, holding your breath against the dark, counting every mistake like a debt you couldn't pay, staring at the glowing screen, wondering if you would ever find your way. The pressure you felt wasn't a wall, it was a foundation forming all those endless nights spent questioning if the spark was fading. I am sitting in the quiet now, watching the city glow. There is something vital I need you to know. Made it through the cold spell, kid, you kept the tempo right. Every hour you surrendered, turn to gold inside the night. Stop holding your shoulders high, relax your tired head. The future that you prayed for is finally where I stand. You thought 5 years ahead was a terrifying mist, worried that the music wouldn't listen or exist. The cheap coffee cold on the corner of the desk, the fear that every effort was just a worthless test. I wear the jacket that you saved up 3 months to buy. I play the melodies that used to make you cry. The pressure you felt wasn't a wall, it was a foundation forming all those endless nights spent questioning if the spark was fading. I am sitting in the quiet now, watching the city glow. There is something vital I need you to know. You made it through the cold spell, kid, you kept the tempo right. Every hour you surrendered, turn to gold inside the night. Stop holding your shoulders high, relax prayed for is finally where I stand. Forgive yourself for every note that drifted off key. You didn't need to be perfect to bring us to me. The weight in the seat is no longer a burden to bear. It is anchor and proof that we made it up here. Rest your mind now, younger brother of my past. The quiet you wanted has arrived at last. I am holding the promise you carry alone. You can put the pencil down. You are already home. Prismatic orange leaks from streetlight glass, casting a warm halogen tint on the concrete below. You sit 3 feet away on the bench, pulling down your sleeve, your tablet glowing with an unfinished city render. I ask if the render belongs to a student project, and you turn with a startled, tired laugh. We do not know each other's names or history, just two 20-somethings chasing phantom deadlines. You tell me you wanted to build towers out of glass. I tell you I wanted to write scoreboards for the sky. We are holding on to ambitions in the dark, tracing promises in the air with our cold breath. Even when the world moves faster than our steps, this quiet corner belongs to the believers tonight. We do not need a guarantee to keep moving, just someone sitting nearby who understands the weight. Electric teal bleeds into the puddle at our shoes, reflected in the overhead sign of the late night depot. You mentioned how hard it is to explain to your family why you stay up past midnight chasing abstract visions. Nah, because I spent 4 hours staring at a blank screen, wondering if the passion ever repays the sleepless hours. We do not know each other's names or history, just two 20-somethings chasing phantom deadlines. You tell me you wanted to build towers out of glass. I tell you I wanted to write scoreboards for the sky. We are holding on to ambitions in the dark, tracing promises in the air with our cold breath. Even when the world moves faster than our steps, this quiet corner belongs to the believers tonight. We do not need a guarantee to keep moving, just someone sitting nearby who understands the way. The night bus rolls up with the screech of air brakes, shining a yellow beam across the wet asphalt. You pack a tablet away, standing up with the nod, saying you hope both our blueprints come to life. I say good luck to you, unknown friend. And for a second, the future does not feel so heavy. The doors close behind you as you board. Prismatic orange lingers on the empty bench. We keep walking forward into the dawn. Two strangers bound by the same restless fire. Yesterday you remarked on the way my index finger taps the subway pole. You said it sounded like a slow countdown to something I can't control. A A scratch sticker on my laptop lid, a tiny tear along my denim cuff. The cold tea condensation on my desk, the way I always say I've had enough. Before I order one more espresso shot to keep the studio awake. These tiny details accumulate in my jacket pocket. A crumpled receipt for midnight buns, a copper key without a lock. Yeah, we keep collecting evidence of who we're gonna be. Look at the faint blue light beneath my chin, the soft stains on my sneakers where the rain gets in. We're building empires out of threadbare sleeves, just 20-something dreamers in the autumn leaves. Every little habit is a secret map, a quiet momentum filling up the gap. You pointed out the grease smudge on my sketchbook page from last July. A half-charged battery icon floating in the corner of my eye. The cracked screen guard I haven't replaced since the winter tour. The way my vocal takes it getting sharper, louder and more sure. A green tea mint sitting in my palm, dissolved down to a sliver. These tiny details accumulate in my jacket pocket. A crumpled receipt for midnight buns, a copper key without a lock. Yeah, we keep collecting evidence of who we're gonna be. Look at the faint blue light beneath my chin, the salt stains on my sneakers where the rain gets in. We're building empires out of threadbare sleeves, just 20-something dreamers in the autumn leaves. Every little habit is a secret map, a quiet momentum filling up the gap. Notice the rhythm of my shallow breath before the track drops low. Notice the smudge of charcoal on my cheek that I didn't know was there. You catch every piece of proof I miss when I'm running too fast, showing me the future isn't far away. It's built out of what was past. Look at the faint blue light beneath my chin, the salt stains on my sneakers where the rain gets in. We're building empires out of threadbare sleeves, just 20-something dreamers in the autumn leaves. Every little habit is a secret map, a quiet momentum filling up the gap. Yesterday you said I was getting closer. My thumb traces the scratch sticker edge. Small observations on a windowsill edge. We're almost there. Slick nylon mesh brushes my thumb inside the pocket of this old navy windbreaker. Yeah. The tactile friction takes me right back down to 21, standing on a rainy lower balcony. We had 3 shared playlist drafts on loop, blowing lukewarm breath into our clenched fists. Yeah, you said if we made it past 25, we would buy the whole building and keep the lights on. Now the ambient hum of my current apartment feels a little too clean, a little too still. I close my eyes and let the fabric rewind me to the precise second we swore we would overcome the chill. Stitch every promise we kept in the dark, when our boots were worn down and the city was cold. I can still feel the heat from that runaway spark, a wild, reckless hunger that couldn't be sold. We were writing the future on cheap paper napkins, chasing a vision no money could buy. texture is stiff where the salt water dried from that night by the pier when the tide hit our knees. You were talking about designing neural music tracks. I was talking about breaking free from minimum fees. We did not have much besides stubborn conviction, a portable synth and a 40-watt bulb. Flashback hits hard in the quiet of midnight, restoring the pulse that the modern light dulled. Now the quiet around me is heavy with luxury. Every surface polished, every corner serene. But I run my fingers along the spray line to recall what it meant to be 20 and me. To stitch every promise we kept in the dark. When our boots were worn down and the city was cold, I can still feel the heat from that runaway spark. A wild, reckless hunger that couldn't be sold. We were writing the future on cheap paper napkins, chasing a vision no money could buy. Stitch every promise we kept in the dark. I am holding the seam while the years fly on by. Youth was not an age, it was the friction in our palms, the way we refused to let the damp air settle in. I carry the boy who believed in those songs underneath all the tailored coats and quiet skin, slick nylon mesh under my index finger. The memory stays, the promise remains. We kept every stitch. I close my eyes and project a room that isn't ours yet. White linen curtains swaying over collar stove parquet. No frantic notifications, no subway transfer anxiety. You'll be pouring cold water into 2 tall glasses, humming a melody from an indie track we used to replay. I can see the dust motes dancing in the amber beams, finally living inside the quiet corner of our dreams. Right now I'm grinding through these concrete late night shifts, saving up small tokens for a life that drifts closer. But when I close my eyes at my cramped desk today, I see us standing right where the warm beams lay. Someday the sunlight will spill across our kitchen tile, and we won't check the train schedule for a little while. No suit jacket hanging heavy on the back of the chair, just lazy conversation floating through the honey-colored air. I imagine us reaching that peaceful horizon where the morning belongs entirely to us. 10:30 on a Tuesday, nobody has to sprint anywhere. You leave a half-read paperback upside down by the mug, bare feet padding across the thick woven rug. We spent our 20s running like the ground was on fire, trading rest for rent, constantly feeling tired. In this future frame, the clock is just a passive object on the wall, not an emergency broadcast, not an urgent phone call. I see the slanted light painting geometric gold on your cheek. Oh, moment so soft, it makes my current heavy soul feel weak. It's just a mental sketch drawn in a crowded coffee shop, a vision keeping me steady when the world refuses to stop. One day this projection becomes a real physical floor, and I won't have to dream about what lies behind that. Someday the sunlight will spill across our kitchen tile, and we won't check the train schedule for a little while. No suit jacket hanging heavy on the back of the chair, just lazy conversation floating through the honey-colored air. I imagine us reaching that peaceful horizon where the morning belongs entirely to us. All night, 45 in an apartment we haven't rented yet. I open my eyes back to the crowded commute. Hold on a little longer, we will get there soon.